Together, the Hyrule Field Map and the Rewards Map contain 12 costumes total, with each one having 6. However, in this video, I'm also going to include 3 of the basic costumes that you'll start with, just for the sake of keeping everything together. Let's go take a look and get started. One of the only new costumes included in this version of the game is the Champion's Tunic, which is Link's costume from Breath of the Wild. Looks very familiar, and looks very nice. The second new costume is Zelda's Breath of the Wild gear, which also looks very nice, and I also like that it includes the Sheikah Slate right there at her waist. For the last of these basic costumes, we have the Trainee Tunic, which Link does start out wearing in the game. The Zora Tunic here is of course based on the Ocarina of Time Zora Tunic. Likewise, this red tunic is also made to match the Ocarina of Time Goron tunic. Next up we have the Knight of Skyloft Tunic, which of course is based around the Skyward Sword version of Link. The Classic Tunic, which is built around Link's original Legend of Zelda appearance, especially that hair. The Skyloft Robes costume is of course built around the way that Zelda looked in Skyward Sword, at least until she changed into her white dress. And the Wind Waker robes for Ganondorf are obviously based around how he looked in the Wind Waker. That does it for the 6 Hyrule Field Map costumes, so let's go ahead and jump to the Rewards Map costumes, and I promise these are a lot more interesting. First up we have the Dark Link costume, which first appeared in The Adventure of Link, which was the second Legend of Zelda game. He's probably more remembered from his appearance in the Water Temple in the Ocarina of Time, but something that I really like about this costume is that there's actually Dark Link versions for every single one of the weapons that he has, including some of the ones that kind of incorporate other characters, such as the Great Fairy, also for Epona, and yeah, there's also one for the Spinner too. These are the boss colors for Link, which, like the other boss costumes, are built around one of the giant bosses in the game. In this case, the color scheme comes directly from Beast Ganon, and I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite costumes for Link. The next boss costume that we have here is for Lana, and if you couldn't tell from the yellows and oranges and reds, this is King Dodongo. Here, looking great with her black hair, black armor, and red clothes, is Princess Zelda. This color scheme is modeled around the giant boss dragon Argarak. Looking perfectly insane here, we have Ganondorf in his boss colors. Now, this one is actually rather contentious, as there are really 2 candidates for what this could be. The first one that people believe is that this is a reference to Goma. However, for me, there's just not enough of the regular colors that Goma has. Although, you could say that the way that Ganondorf's headpiece works here could be his red speckled eye. More likely is that this is actually a reference to the giant Kako. This actually mirrors the Link boss costume very well, because like his, the giant Kako is the second boss character that was allowed to be playable in the DLC where these costumes first came out. Last up for the boss costumes on the rewards map, we have Sia, who is having the green and reds and the yellows of Manhandla, the big plant guy that you fight many times. I'll go ahead and take off her mask. There's not really any references under her hood, it's all about the color scheme on her body. So that does it for all of the costumes in the Hyrule Field and Rewards map, along with a few extras. Out of all of these, I'm a little bit torn whether I like Ganondorf's Wind Waker robes or Link's boss colors a little bit more. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Link here, because at least that costume doesn't have super weird physics problems like the sleeves on the Wind Waker Ganondorf robes have. Anyways, be sure to let me know in the comments which one you enjoyed the most. Thanks for watching, everybody!